This is when a stupid female cop ends her career in seconds. I don't know how that's possible, but we about to figure it out.
I'm asking you to identify yourself so I can let my dispatcher know who I'm out with. If you don't identify yourself, that is obstruction.
What crime did I commit?
There's no crime, but I'm identifying you. Okay.
Turn around. Because I didn't do anything. Okay, turn around. Oh, sir, she almost ran me off the road.
Okay. Again, you didn't yield to lights and siren. You came out.
She was next to me and stopped and almost ran me off the fucking road. What are you talking about?
Listen to me.
On September 22nd,
once you start you was already arrested anyway because she obviously don't know. She talking about obstruction. Bro, if I committed no crime, I'm not obstructing shit.
2022, Officer Lewis of the Cleveland Heights Police Department initiated a traffic stop for expired tags on a silver Infiniti. However, her reckless driving nearly caused a collision with another driver, Mr. Kern. After the near miss, Mr. Kern, upset about her dangerous behavior, pulled over to talk to Officer Lewis. Though he complied by waiting on the sidewalk, Officer Lewis, after addressing the driver of the Infiniti, approached Mr. Kern with hostility. She escalated the situation, claiming he hadn't yielded.
Oh, so look, I waited to talk to you about your reckless driving, and then you gonna flip it around on me, bitch? Hell nah. That's what I be talking about. Cops taking too much control of their power.
Yielded to her lights and sirens, although Mr. Kern disputed this. Her story shifted multiple times during the encounter, ultimately leading to an unjustified call for backup.
1 second.
You said she did, bro? She almost ran him off the road?
81 Radio, stand by. It's going to be on Mayfield across from the first access road. Put me another unit because another party does not know how to yield to lights and sirens, and he's sitting here reporting me. Say they almost ran him off the road.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Officer Lewis with Cleveland Heights. The reason I'm for the traffic stop is the plates on the vehicle are expired. It's not even a big deal. Do you know that guy behind me in the Porsche?
I was trying to hurry up and move
You're
over.
good. No, you're good. You did the right thing. I'm put my lights out and sirens. He did not below. I'll give you the plate to the other vehicle that's out with the confrontation. I apologize.
You almost ran me off the road.
I initiated my lights and...
I apologize. You almost ran me off the road. All right, brother. Like, I don't know what made him think this was a good idea, even though she ended up being in the wrong. But, bro, you didn't get ran off the road. She was obviously making a traffic stop. She was wrong, but you could have proceeded, bro. Facts.
Sirens. What, was your music on? Because I had the lights and sirens on, sir. I apologize. He stopped abruptly. Okay, I'm not wrong. The lights and sirens were activated. Okay, I did not do that, sir. The lights and sirens on my marked patrol because he stopped abruptly, causing me to stop abruptly, causing you to stop abruptly. And I apologize for that. However, the lights and sirens were on. Okay, the police vehicle is marked. You can clearly see it's a marked patrol vehicle. I initiated lights and sirens. I'm not going to argue, and I'm telling you I do. I'm going to tell you I do apologize that he did stop abruptly. Nobody was wrong.
I'm going to tell you the disconnect, right? So between the public and you as a public servant.
When you just said driver check, okay.
If it's something wrong and you actually did it, all you say, my bad.
And I did. I just said,
keep going.
I said my bad. I said.
She might start getting wrong in a second, but right now he's being a weirdo. I'm gonna keep it fair and square, bro. This is weirdo activity. He took the only opportunity he had to make sure that the cop knew that they was wrong. Like, just get out of here, bro. For real, for real.
I initiated a traffic stop in a marked vehicle with lights and sirens. If you didn't hear the sirens or see the lights, I mean,
you called backup for your safety.
Well, I called backup because somebody is getting out of a cop car.
Sergeant Wolf arrived on the scene and immediately made assumptions without properly assessing the situation. He accused Mr. Kern of obstruction, despite having no legal basis for the claim. Wolf's actions reflect a broader issue within law enforcement.
I mean, you called backup for your safety, but...
Well, you don't pull up behind an officer on a traffic stop.
You don't even know what's going on.
You're right, I don't.
So why are you saying that?
Because I'm here, and what you're doing right now is against the law.
Ran me off the road.
Okay, well then you should have pulled over for lights and sirens. She said it on the radio that you didn't yield, and it's on dash cam, I'm assuming.
This the disconnect, man.
Sir,
I'll tell you what, let her finish
This
her
the
business, and then we can
disconnect.
sit down and talk like
we're
adults.
good. I'm gonna let him go. We're good. I'm gonna let him go.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was your last name?
My last name?
Yeah.
Why do you need my last name?
Because I'm asking who I'm talking to. You asked me who you were talking to.
You're not now you're going to be under arrest because what you're doing is illegal.
Listen.
What you're doing is illegal. I can charge you for interfering.
What, just give me your last name.
Why?
Because I'm conducting business with you right now.
Where am I free to go?
10-4, that's not going to be the drive.
What's your RS?
You been free to go for real, dumbass nigga. You said money grab. Facts is some money grab. This is weirdo activity. Until now, she still ain't wrong in my opinion. Like, I mean, other than she probably was driving recklessly, but bro, go home.
Stand by.
What's your reasonable articulable suspicion of my crime?
I'm going to get rid of him.
I'll explain to you, okay?
Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
If you want to be.
10-4, that's not
how it works. What's your RS?
Stand by.
My RS?
Articulable suspicion of my crime.
Okay, hold on. I'll explain it to you, okay? Doing what you're doing right now?
No, sir. She almost ran me off the road.
Okay. Again, you didn't yield to lights and siren. And you came out.
She was next to me and stopped and almost ran me off the fucking road. What are you talking about?
Okay, listen to me. You asked my reasonable articulable suspicion. It's not a probable cause.
If you arrest me, you violate my rights.
I don't want to arrest you. We have to ID you.
You're going to violate my rights. That's what you're going to do?
We have to ID you. You understand that? Yes, we do.
All right, I'm a videotape it.
Okay, we got you on camera too.
I'm going to call. They come get the car. You're violating my rights.
Who's getting what car?
They can come. You're going to arrest me,
another car here. I got a male who's obstructing.
No, I'm not.
And, he's refusing to identify himself.
Bro, just tell him your name though.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with her.
She already said that she was wrong on her body cam, so you tell them to pull up the body cam footage whenever you go to court, and guess what? They gonna throw it out, or they wouldn't even be able to file any charges with that evidence, bro. He's a dickhead. I mean, now she probably about to do something wrong, but
authority to intimidate civilians. Ohio Revised Code 2921.29 clearly states that identification is required only when there is reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. Since Mr. Kern was not involved in any criminal offense, his refusal to provide identification was lawful. However, Officer Lewis and Sergeant Wolf ignored this fact, pressuring Mr. Kern into complying and eventually handcuffing him without cause.
that's where you go wrong. There's no reason to handcuff him, but let him go. Go home.
Talk to me. Just do me a favor. All I'm asking you.
I'm a private citizen.
Just take your hands out of your pocket while we're talking,
right.
okay? I called for backup, all right?
Yeah.
I initiated a traffic stop. I understand you and I and that gentleman, we all just saw what happened, okay? Right. I'm calling for another person because I'm dealing with one person who I don't know who I'm dealing with. And you get out. Listen, sir, let me speak. Let me explain to you. I call for another person because I have a man getting out of a car walking towards me. You know how society is. I know how society is. Now listen.
Right.
I'm asking you to identify yourself so I can let my dispatcher know who I'm out with. If you don't identify yourself, that is obstruction. You are the one that came out.
Obstruction is a secondary crime. What crime did I commit?
There's no...
Oh. See, brother's smart, but when you too smart, you just deal with bullshit because this wasn't necessary because she been said you was free to go. Now that you standing there, she want to know your name. I mean, who gives a fuck?
Crime, but I'm identifying you. Okay. I need your driver license.
Look, man, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to arrest you if you don't identify yourself.
She just said it was no crime.
Listen.
Obstructing is a crime.
Obstructing is a crime.
Identify yourself, class.
She almost ran me off the road.
And then I still have to identify you.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, I'm going to call anything in the car. You can arrest me.
Okay, turn around.
Because I didn't do anything.
Okay, turn around.
I didn't do anything.
Listen, just all you have to do.
I don't have my ID with me.
Okay, what's your cell?
That's all we asked for.
For what?
What's your last name, sir?
Kern, man.
Kern?
You know what happened. Why are you letting him do this?
He's a sergeant.
He's violating my rights.
He is not. You
We're
didn't
going to give you a
identify
ticket when he
yourself.
sends you on your way. You have a valid driver's license?
Yeah, I do. You violate my rights, man.
Yeah, well, you're getting a ticket for interfering with the traffic.
How did I interfere? She almost ran me off the fucking road.
And you could have pulled off and waited and called.
I did wait when she said wait.
You were out here talking to her. Have a seat.
Mr. Kern, just
Don't push me, man.
He said you could have waited, and he said I did wait. So if he did wait, then what? You gave him a solution. He told you he tried that.
Have a seat.
Why are you so full of machismo, man?
Dude, have a seat. I'm not putting up with your bullshit, okay? Have a seat.
What's wrong with you, man?
Have a seat.
I'm sitting down.
All the way in.
if he
He's going
checks,
for obstructing. Or he's getting a
you're
ticket
gonna.
for
I
obstructing.
don't.
Is he valid?
I don't know. I'm waiting for the radio to say. So this is what happened. That vehicle matched the description of the vehicle from Weird Shit yesterday. I saw it. I initiated a traffic stop. That person, instead of like pulling over, he stopped abruptly. And I'm getting behind him, but he stopped abruptly. This guy was very close to him, and we almost did get into an accident because that driver stopped so abruptly. I did, yes.
Gets a ticket for there's no sense about this.
Okay.
He's getting a ticket for
Radio 1, if you need to read back on that, yes, I have it.
Yes, radio, I do. That's why I provided
It
it.
was to a Demetrius Raphael Kern. It's a 37-year-old male. He's valid. That's one.
So you get the ticket and then you come to
Listen, I don't feel like I need to give him a ticket for that. I'm cool with this. Okay, I mean, I'm cool with letting him go.
She know that she's in the wrong, so she's explaining to the sergeant like, "Hey, I'm okay with just letting him roll. This is gonna be way bigger than it need to be. Let him go." You feel me? Like, she knows she wrong.
Oh, I didn't understand.
He's in handcuffs.
And he's being a jerk.
He obstructed. He refused to identify himself. I'm not going to sit out here and argue with somebody for an hour. The legalities of it. You can come to court.
Okay.
So he gets a ticket for obstructing failure to identify himself.
Well, you write it up, boss man.
You guys got a
Mr.
lawsuit
Kern,
coming.
just hang on.
You got a lawsuit coming.
Listen, let me explain to you. You don't get out of the car yet. The sergeant wants me to give you a ticket for obstruction, okay? I'm not going to do anything else. Listen, he's the boss. He is the boss.
I don't have to refuse if I didn't commit a crime. This isn't a stop and ID state.
At this point, it is a traffic stop because you're out on a
almost ran me
traffic
off
stop.
the road.
Mr.
You
Kern,
know
we
it.
just had that conversation. I did not almost run you off the road.
That Tesla has cameras in it. So
Okay.
you guys are going to pay for this.
That's fine.
Yeah, bro, super power trip, bro. I really hate when cops get on a power trip. For what? She is the officer that initiated anything with him or with the other person. You wasn't even there. Why the fuck did you come over and just force her to give him a ticket or a citation talking about obstruction? And he already let you know he was smarter than the average nigga. He said obstruction is a secondary crime. What's the first crime?
Officer Lewis gave inconsistent statements. Unfortunately, Mr. Kern couldn't provide Tesla video evidence, explaining that the recording feature was inactive. Despite Officer Lewis acknowledging her mistake and attempting to correct it, the supervisor, too egotistical to admit they were wrong, chose to proceed with the obstruction charge, citing that Mr. Kern was in handcuffs. This action amounts to a secondary violation of Mr. Kern's rights.
Mr. Kern, I apologize. I really do. And this is on body cam, all right? This is, the sergeant's telling me to do this, so.
Yeah, she trying to cover up her own ass, but obviously it didn't work. They say it ruined her career in seconds, like, bro, but she tried everything she could not to give him a ticket, for real, for real. And she apologized off the rip. I don't think she should be fired.
Police have to identify you. You do have to identify
I
yourself.
broke the law. If I broke the law, I have to identify.
Mr. Kern, you got out of the vehicle in the middle of a traffic stop.
almost got hit.
I understand that. And I needed to identify you.
This is going to be a heavy lawsuit.
Getting some bread. Easy money out.
For what, sir?
Kidnapping, illegal detainment.
No one's kidnapping
I'm in the
you.
back of your car in handcuffs.
Okay,
I'm kidnapped.
this is not kidnapping. The
Boy,
sergeant placed
37.
you under arrest for obstruction. He asked for
Boy,
your
old
information and you didn't give it to him.
Identify.
Listen, there'll be a court date. You and I will both go to it. And our prosecutor's really good and we'll work through it, okay? Listen, I'm just doing what I'm told to do, alright? What do I put for this verbiage? When asked to identify himself, he refused.
So, just for my own. You activated your overhead.
So we're literally here, and I'm coming up because I saw that car. It looked like a car from yesterday's incident. I ran it. It's expired. I am in this lane. I put my lights on to activate. The guy, instead of like continuing, he like whips over, stops abruptly, and I'm like halfway in between both lanes, and this guy was right behind him.
Yeah, but she is lying because she told the first car that he did everything right. whenever he said, "Is everything okay?" Da 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 da. She said, "Yeah, you did everything right." The first dude, the one that she initially wrote the ticket for. So why is you telling the sergeant that he stopped abruptly and all this other shit? That's automatic cap.
So it did almost cause an accident. Absolutely. No, I was trying to go behind. It would have been a sure clear distance accident. But because of how that guy stopped abruptly, it would have been.
And he stopped and just decided to get out of his.
Well, and he was pissed because we did almost get into an accident. He was.
You didn't almost get it.
No, all of three of us, it would have been an accident. Yeah, I was going behind the other guy.
He could have gone down the street.
But the guy stopped abruptly, but he did. Then he got out and he's yelling. He's yelling while I'm initiating. Right. So I told him, I said, "Sir, just stand there. Let me talk to him. I'll come talk to you." And he did. But then he's continuous, because that happened, I called for backup. And then he was upset, rightfully so. It was whatever. Why are they assholes? Was that necessary? Alright, here's your property.
Hold on, let me get this here.
Sure.
I don't.
Thank you, yes. Do you want to sign or are you going to refuse? Alright, I'm going to give you a copy of it.
You guys violated my rights. You know.
Well, we'll all be in court.
Despite Officer Lewis apologizing for almost causing an accident, she and her supervisor, Sergeant Wolf, continued to escalate the situation. Mr. Kern, in handcuffs, was charged with obstruction, a charge that was clearly unfounded, as evidenced by the dismissal of the case 11 days later, due to lack of evidence. Officer Lewis herself appeared conflicted during the encounter, apologizing multiple times, but ultimately deferring to her superior's insistence on pressing charges. This further illustrates how poor supervision can exacerbate situations that could otherwise be peacefully resolved.
You're probably the only good cop on the force.
I'm not trying to be a bad cop. I was literally not trying to even
called
have
you
this
a good
happen.
cop.
I did apologize.
You apologize, but you're following his directives.
He's a sergeant,
Yeah, but
sir.
still, like you swore oath to the Constitution.
Right.
And you know what's right and wrong. And sometimes you gotta
Dude,
stand
smart.
up to people.
Listen,
No.
Dude,
when
smart.
asked for your information, you have to
commit a
identify
crime.
yourself. At this point, we're on a traffic stop together
But you
now.
still have to
A traffic stop is not a crime.
And I asked him, am I being detained? And
Okay.
nobody answered that.
Listen,
So I did it. I covered all my bases.
all the stuff's going to be typed in the report.
If I
All
was
right?
being detained, I had no choice but to give you my ID. That's why I specifically asked.
Yeah.
Am I being detained?
Well, at that point, it's a
if I'm not-
traffic stop.
But still, if I'm being detained, you should tell me. And if I'm not being detained,
Yeah.
I'm free to go. And
Right.
it's in a situation.
Well,
where I
right
have-
now, you're free to go.
Yeah.
All right? I hope that you feel better, and I'm sorry that all of this had to happen this
You
way.
didn't do nothing.
Well, we did. We got into a little accident, almost a middle
You
accident.
did your job.
And I apologize.
Things happen in life. He came.
She
He
did.
violated my rights.
Well, we're going to work through it, all right? I don't think he violated your rights. He wanted you to identify yourself, and you didn't. All right?
You know you swore oath.
Say again.
You swore
I
no.
did. I did.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, Mr. Kern.
Thank you.
I hope that you feel better, all
I'm going
right?
to the hospital.
All right. You going to go to Metro?
I'm going right there.
Yes, sir.
The dismissal of Mr. Kern's case signaled that the obstruction charge was baseless. While Sergeant Wolf was a driving force behind the wrongful detainment, Officer Lewis's participation in the misconduct could not be overlooked. Her shifting narrative about the events, combined with her failure to uphold Mr. Kern's rights, ultimately led to her dismissal from the force. The department had no choice
Wow.
but to fire her after public outcry and internal review, citing her
But what about, all right, so what about Officer Doofy?
failure to act with integrity and her role in a botched, unjust traffic stop. Like and subscribe for more police.
Yeah, you said she got fired, but what about the sergeant? So she was the scapegoat? Oh, that's bad work right there. That's bad business. That's bad business. That's messed up right there. I ain't gonna lie to you. You said it must have been a quiet night on the streets. Facts. Like they ain't have shit else to do. You said the cops around her slowly understood how in the wrong she was. I mean, she was in the wrong. She tried to de-escalate the situation, and she would have never detained him if it wasn't for the sergeant, bro. So in my mind of minds, X him out the situation, and she would have just continued to just, because he was, you're wrong. And she like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry, I apologize. Like, he kept going. She was not going to detain him if it wasn't for the sergeant, so why she get fired? She was the scapegoat.